Hey, Epic Dream Team. My name is Whitney Small, and I have been with Beachbody about 2.5, 3 years now. And I got started with the company back when I was working full time in finance at a little company here in San Luis Obispo. And I was guess I was just looking for something more. I felt like I was working the 8 to 5 job, quite a bit unfulfilled, feeling like I didn't have a huge purpose at my work, at my job. Yes, I had gone through and got all the kind of college and credentials that I needed for this job, but it just didn't feel like me. And it definitely didn't feel like something that I wanted to dedicate my life to. And I had seen what the people whose position I eventually wanted to work up to, what they had to do to get there in the corporate ladder. And I didn't love the idea of that lifestyle. And so when I finally kind of decided to start looking and expanding my horizons, figuring out, okay, what am I going to do with my life? I talked to Christy, who also lived in the same town that I did, and kind of asked her about what she did and how after our morning swims, she was able to go home and put sweats on and work from home. It just seemed like a great life. And so I started picking her brain about it, and she sent me the info on coaching. I got started pretty much right away, hit the ground running, and no sooner did our corporate jobs get relocated to Texas, or the other option was to go to Connecticut. So, and I didn't want to. I wanted to stay in California. So our jobs moved, and I was left with Beachbody Coaching, which turned out to be the biggest, greatest kick in the butt ever. It seemed so like, why is this happening to me at the time? Why me? Why do I lose my job? I was looking for a bunch of other jobs, and I was like, you know what? Why don't I just give coaching a try full time? So ended up starting it, working, putting in about 40 hours a week for coaching, loving it, and decided to also, I wanted credentials behind the coaching. So I went back, studied for my personal training certifications, got those, and now I work as a certified personal trainer and as a Beachbody coach. And love my life, never been happier. I design my own schedule. I have all my own clients. I live my life totally by design, and it's a dream come true. So that's a little bit about how I got started. And then I also want to share with you a little bit about my why and what keeps me going when times get tough and when you feel like you want to quit, when you feel like everybody's saying no, everybody's against you, you're just not going to hit Success Club that month, whatever catastrophe comes. We have to have that thing that pushes us through it and helps us to not give up. So mine is a little bit different. Mine's actually what I want to do with my income and with what I earn. I have always been interested and helped out at my local community dog rescue shelter, the county shelter. And when I got started with that, I started fostering animals, homeless dogs mostly. And I became so in love with it, so attached to it. With every dog that came into my home, I wanted another one and another one. And with my current living situation, I can only do one at a time. But what it sparked was my desire and passion and dream of one day opening my own dog rescue. So when I sat down and kind of mapped out what that looked like, rescues require a large financial piece to it, constantly coming in, so you can pay the vet bills, you can afford the dogs, you can afford the land, you can afford all the pieces that go with owning something like that. And so I knew that but I couldn't work full time and also do my dog rescue. So, or if I did, I needed a job where I could work from home. So I know that Beachbody is that avenue for me, and it can eventually, with the residual income, help me to open my own dog rescue, fund my dog rescue. I can work from home, help my clients, help people at the same time that I'm truly living out my passion and what I feel like I'm meant to do and put here to do, which was help homeless dogs. So a little bit different, probably than most people's whys that you have heard, but it's what fuels me. It's really what I feel like I was put here on this earth to do. So I know that Beachbody is kind of my avenue to help me fulfill that dream. What Beachbody's kind of taught me through all of this, though, is that passion for people. And I didn't know that I had that in me. I was always somebody who was defined by, defined by my family, defined by a man, defined by everything except myself. And so along this journey, through personal development, through helping others, I truly have learned who I am and what makes me me. And so it's given me a power that I've never had within myself, and a certain amount of self-worth and self-confidence. And so I think that along my, I've always had this dream idea of helping animals, but in the process, I've just learned that my why might be, my stepping stone is just to help as many people as I can, because it's truly transformed who I am with every single client that walks into my gym, or every single client that I help with their transformation story. It gives me that little bit of purpose. It gives me kind of one more notch of self-worth. And that was always something that I struggled with, and I was always defining myself through somebody else. So it's finally given me. So that's a little bit about my story, a little bit about my why. I look forward to the rest of the week and sharing all the tips I've learned in these last few years with you, because I have definitely continued to fail forward. I don't always get it right. And now leading a team, I'm the first to admit that I mess up, but I'm always constantly trying to improve and build my team up and try and lead by example. So I'm excited to share kind of all the things I've learned with it and all the things that my team has taught me, and share with you everything so that you can hopefully learn from this, learn from my mistakes, learn from my successes, and go on and have an amazing business of your own. All right, I will talk to you on the next day, little training. Bye, guys.